Hi everyone, welcome to the family table. My name is Cathy Melanson and I am so excited to let you know we are going into season 3. Believe it or not, it's been 3 years since we started doing the family table. What we're going to do this year to kind of liven things up, we're going to go around the world. We're going to have different recipes from different nationalities and other cultures and different things to kind of like spice up your life. Welcome everyone to the family table. With me today is MJ Carvalho. She is going to be doing Portuguese flan and Portuguese sweet rice pudding. Now we're going to start with the flan, but the sweet rice pudding is one of my favorites. When I was little, my aunt used to make it for cookouts, and I would accidentally forget to put it out, and then she caught me doing that, and I decided, well, I had to put my head down, and she said, don't worry, sweetie. So Titia would make me my own. So I put it out, but I always had my own in the refrigerator. So
somebody's lucky.
Sweet rice was one of my favorite. So without further ado, MJ Carvalho, we call her MJ, she's going to start with the flan.
And this flan recipe, it was actually handed down to me by a cousin of mine, and because she was born in the hills, but lived in Lisbon most of her life. And she gave me this recipe a few years ago, and she said, this is the Lisbon flan pudding recipe, and it's very, very easy. Honest to God, it's very easy. So you have the 12 eggs, and I do 12 heaping teaspoons.
Got that? Oh, good.
It's out.
We don't want crunchy flan.
No, we don't.
Okay.
We're not going to have it. As I was saying, 12 tablespoons of sugar, but I always do 1 extra for the sweet teeth.
Oh, yeah, for good measure.
For good measure, exactly.
Yes. I'll get that right out of your way. The sugar next if you want it.
I don't usually use the mixer for this. I'm a little sloppy, I think.
That's okay, we can always wipe things off later. And my aunt was like that. It's like, you know, the mixer seems to be a new, tablespoon. The mixer seems to be like one of those newfangled things, which you kind of like, I don't need that. And you know what, I gotta say, her and my Revor, they could whip up anything. She would take her fork and whip up whipped cream. It was amazing. Yeah, there's enough for diabetics or anything.
For good measure. And
okay.
You know,
I was getting a little nervous that you were losing count there.
No, I wasn't. And
okay.
You know, I did forget the pan to do the sauce. So I'm going to put you doing the sauce while I mix this.
Okay, so I need to get a little pan.
A little pan.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, we better get this. There we go. My pans are always covered.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's just... Okay.
Well, then what would we call that measurement?
What you see,
MJ.
what you need.
Okay.
What you need.
This is a measurement. This is what MJ calls a measurement. So
And you need what you need, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And
what do I do with this?
Spoon on the stove, dissolve it.
Okay, I can
That's
do that.
it. I'll be there.
All right, I'm going to do it right over here with a wooden spoon, and I'm going to dissolve it. Medium, low. What's the temperature?
Well, medium, and then
okay.
So you don't want it to stick.
I do not want it to stick. You are absolutely correct. So let me get a wooden spoon. I do have a bunch of those. Okay. It's not doing anything yet.
Of course not.
All right, I'm just saying, you don't, I'll let you know as soon as it starts melting. How's
And
that?
you just put a dab of sugar.
Now that was a smidge.
A smidge.
Okay.
Hey, you know, it's not bad for somebody that couldn't even cook an egg at age 24.
Well, that's why there's no measurements. No.
Well, you see, Mother used to say, come here, and I'm going to show you how to do this. I'd run the other way.
Well, it's like I'll show you how to do it, but I still don't have any measurements.
Okay, just keep mixing it.
Okay.
And while...
Yes, ma'am. So I have to say, MJ here has been kind of asking me for a while about, you know, joining me. And it's just been one of those things that, you know what, it's time, because I wanted the sweet rice. Yeah. No, it's nice to have people that have their own way of doing recipes. And a lot of the recipes, you know, that is out there, like I've said this on my show before, you have your grandmother that makes a certain thing that you really like, have her write down the recipe, watch her cook it, because when your grandmother's gone, that recipe's gone.
Absolutely.
Also. So it is
I
very
totally
important
agree with you.
that, you know, you get these, my father made a few things, and, you know, again, it was just, I made it. And you say, well, you know, watch me, sure, but can I get measurement? It's going.
That's fine.
All right.
Because when it gets to a certain point,
Yes, you're going
I am going to add
it.
a little bit of
Okay.
hot water.
Okay. So anyways, just keep that in mind. You
And-
know, your grandparents, your parents, they have these way of doing things. Just
Yes.
watch them. And you know what? Being in the kitchen with them is absolutely wonderful. You won't forget it.
And I use this because it's what they sell in Portugal, and it's much easier to cook because we're going to be double boiling it. And a lot of Portuguese specialty stores sell it. It's really for the flan pudding, and it comes out very, very nice. The recipe I'm going to be making for the sweet rice pudding, I started making it with Mother, would throw everything in, no measures, no nothing. Of course, sometimes it would be okay, other times not so okay. With my 4 boys, I'd hear the complaints. So, out of desperation, I asked my friend Maria Giesta, Ward 2 counselor, if her mother had a decent recipe. And she said,
Am I
yes,
doing
she
good?
does. You're doing just
Oh,
fine.
thank you.
And she was kind enough to give me a recipe, and I call it foolproof because I can't mess it up. So thanks to Mrs. Valentina Giesta, this recipe you're going to have is an easy sweet rice recipe. Thanks to her, kudos to her. She's a wonderful lady. Keep going, and it comes brown.
No, it's brown. It's there, but it's not all melty yet.
It's got
So I do have to say, you know, with that pan that you can get at any Portuguese specialty stores, I did one show before with a Brazilian pan.
Right.
And it's done on the stove.
yes.
So-
this one's on.
This is in the oven,
In the
which
oven.
that's the one I'm used to doing, is in the oven. So when I got it from a friend of mine, he said, no, you do it on the stove. I said, no, you don't. He says, well, in Brazil we do. Okay. Hey, look how nice that looks. Ooh. I wouldn't recommend putting any of this in your mouth right now because, oh
Absolutely
my
not.
goodness. Okay.
Now
All right.
Keep shaking.
I'll keep stirring, you keep purring. Whoa.
Keep stirring. That should be enough. That should be enough.
Keep stirring. I'm stirring. Oh. Look at that. That's nice sauce, man. Once it's in that flat, you want me to pour it in there?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. She wants me to do this. This is very important. Ooh. Oh. Okay. What do you think?
Very,
I got
very
it
good.
all? Good.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. and you swish it around. In order to, the trick is to get the corners, this bottom corners, so it will be easier to unmold.
Oh, you want to show them that? See that? And like when I did the Brazilian one, I had to go all the way up there because they cover all the sides. I know, Portuguese only covers the top. Got it.
Okay, so now
Look at this.
we gotta measure the milk, please.
Okay, it's right here.
Got it.
How much milk would you like?
4 cups.
Oh my goodness. Wait a
Which,
minute. Okay, let's move over here. We'll do this 4 times.
okay,
Let's cup. One. Two. Did you put vanilla in here?
no, not yet, it's going.
Okay, see? 3.
She's paying attention.
I am. Because if I forget to put something in,
Stop.
I do tell everybody that, oops, I did it again. No. Oh, my goodness. And I always tell everybody, I always use pure vanilla. No imitation.
No imitation,
Yeah, you
absolutely.
can, but when I do all my baking, it's always the pure vanilla. And yes, it is a little bit more money. All right, I'll take it back. It's a lot more money, but it's pure vanilla. That's the only thing I can say to you. Let me just rinse this out in case we need it. You got another shell floating around?
Yeah.
So listen, don't get upset if you have a little crunch. It doesn't. At least it's all natural. Oh, better watch that edge you're getting. Oh yeah, okay. I'm glad this is not me.
And
I'm gonna throw it right in here, out of our way.
we got,
Okay,
sorry, I made a mess.
that's okay. I'm gonna get me a little rag. I will do this. Okay, perfect. Now, as you can see, it is now, this pan has been in here for a little bit to warm up the water, so it is now in a water bath. And that is done with a lot of custards anyways.
Yes.
Like grape nut pudding, you would put it in one of these also. So what I am going to do is I am going to put the timer on, because if I don't...
For an hour.
So now that's in the oven.
And
about
if you
an hour.
don't have one of those pans, you can use a bundt pan and just cover it up nice and tight with aluminum foil. Make sure you punch a hole in the middle. Now we're going to work on the sweet rice pudding. And this recipe is Mrs. Jess's recipe, and thank you to her. It's a foolproof. If I can't mess it up, then you can't mess it up. So,
I bet you there's people out there though. This is river rice. This is, a lot of Portuguese people use the river rice. Just like when you're making like sweetbread or something, a lot of Portuguese people prefer the 4 flour, 5 roses. Mm-hmm. So they like that
that's
flour.
the Portuguese flour.
Yep, so that's,
Okay.
there's certain things that, you know, works best. Okay, what can I help you with?
No, it's the
I can't help you with nothing. Oh, okay.
6 cups of milk.
I could have got you a bigger measuring thing.
It's all right. This one's already.
You ready?
I can hear the people at home counting for me.
Yeah, there you go. See? Want to make sure. Okay, I'll take that. Thank you.
Now, 2 cups of water. Now for the sugar.
How much are you doing?
2 cups.
Oh, there we go.
I never cooked in such a fancy kitchen.
Oh, well.
So,
Well, thank you.
and now the lemon peel.
Oh, I have one of these. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, sorry. Do you want to just scrape the lemon peel? Look, I got these fancy little things. No, she does not want to use that. She wants to use a knife. Okay.
I don't like to take the whole big one because it's gonna eventually fall apart.
Right.
So,
Okay.
okay, that should be enough.
Alrighty.
And a whole stick of butter.
Now, this recipe, it does say in the recipe, not margarine, butter.
Yes.
And when I have butter here, it's always the unsalted butter. That's my butter of choice. I rather put the salt in that I want to put in, not have salt in my butter.
And we're ready to cook. High to start.
Okay, so you know where the knob is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And this will cook until the rice is hard to stir. That's the best way I can describe it. Is it's heavy to stir it. That's probably the best way. It's some days, depending on the humidity, it takes longer. Other days it takes less. But
It'll take a little while.
it will.
Okay.
And I do need is to get 3 egg yolks on the side, please.
Just the yolks?
Just the yolk.
Okay. Let's see if I can do that. You're gonna put it in there?
No, they will go after it's cooked.
All right, well then I
It
don't need to do
cools
this
15 minutes.
Okay.
And then you mix in the yolk real fast. You wait the 15 minutes, otherwise it's gonna mess it up.
All right, so we can wait for that?
We can.
Okay. So we'll just take a little siesta. Okay, we are right at the end. MJ here has been stirring diligently. She'll probably have to put her arm on some ice. But it's at the end. And what she's going to do is it's going to have to be shut off. It'll be sitting there. Now we do have to sit at what, Marie, 15 minutes?
About 20 minutes
Right.
because you don't want to have scrambled eggs, like she says very
Right.
wisely.
Right. So we are going to put just the egg yolks in. So we have...
Because you have to really mix it up very, very fast.
So what we
it will
did
incorporate.
is we put the 3 egg yolks already in the measuring cup, ready to go. If it doesn't cool off, you will have chunky, and it won't be the rice. So that's going to be sitting here waiting for that, and we're just going to shut it down. We're going to let it cool. Matter of fact, we can even, is it good? Just put it on another burner. That way it gets some air. So we're going to let it sit there. But now I do want to say, you can put these in almost anything. I know you use reusable tins. You know, you get a pie from the store, you use it. I have these things that we're going to use. Now, if you're doing it for a party, I suggest you probably use it in a nicer casserole dish. So that recipe will fill both these up. So, or you can put them in little ramekins. You can put them in almost anything. I would go with this method for a party. For my family, they get the tins.
And you could do shake a little cinnamon on it.
Oh yeah, we gotta have cinnamon on it.
Absolutely.
My tortilla used to make it look like little lines. So
yeah, I do that too.
Oh, so see that? It's like a Portuguese thing. So as we're waiting for that to cool, and our flan is almost done, that will be coming out of the oven in about 10 minutes. And again, that still would have to sit and cool.
Yes.
And once it gets cooled off, if you're going to use it right away.
I usually do it overnight. I won't take it until the next day after I refrigerate it.
Okay. But with that said, we're going to just show you the end result anyways.
Absolutely.
So first of all, the flan, she likes to keep it overnight to set.
Yes.
So now she's going to loosen it up and flip it out of that pan. So she's going to loosen it up. Now, some people, I don't know why they would flip it right away, but some people do. I will go on the Marie's method here by waiting 24 hours. So we're gonna do that. Ooh. Now personally, I do like flan, but rice, the sweet rice, that's just I guess it brings back memories of my aunt, my titia, making that special one just for me. So, ooh.
It's loose.
It's loose, it's jiggling there. So now here's the thing, we're gonna flip it. Now when I do bigger things like this, sometimes I might have to have my husband do
Over
it.
the sink.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Ooh. Wow. Okay, see that? And of course that's all our little sugar stuff that we were doing over there earlier. Now with that, and then what do we do with the rice pudding?
We just do, let me see.
Ooh, cinnamon. Now again, you can be fancy, but yeah, you don't really have to be, but oh look, she's gonna be fancy. So yeah, my aunt used to do the little things at Tiani.
Oh, she's really going to be fancy. She called me fancy.
Yeah. Well, you know, have the whipped cream. Oh boy. Can't wait. Okay. Ooh, look at that. So, but this is what I wouldn't, well, maybe I would put whipped cream on that. But you know what I would do with the flan? Look at this. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh boy.
Bingo. Okay, so I'm going to dig into the rice pudding because that's my childhood favorite. Oh boy. And I'm not even going to use whipped cream because I want to taste it just like it, because my aunt didn't put whipped cream in it. Okay, see? See, Annie?
Mrs. Giesta came through.
Yep. Thank you very much. This is delicious. Sorry. Now, I do want to say, in a few minutes, Maria will be taking care of the rest of this. But I do want to say this, that when she puts the egg yolks in, it's going to be whipped quickly, a little at a time, and whipped quickly.
Yes.
I'm not sure we have to show you that, but that's what's going to happen. But it still should cool at least 15-20 minutes. And just be careful when you do it. Now, some people, when they're adding this after to a hot mix, they'll take a little bit of the hot liquid, like in this case, a little bit of the pudding, put it in here just so it can temper it. So you can do that also. But be very careful that you're doing it a little bit at a time and it is cooled off.
Absolutely.
All right? And then the flan that we have in the oven will be for me. Anyways, but that will go on for 24 hours. I get the whole thing of rice pudding too. Marie, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I would invite you again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Now,
I'll have to give you Mother's tomato rice recipe.
see that? Wouldn't you like this on your family table?